I ate his up. I cooked him. Now, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day, he cooked me. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. But what you stands is not gonna do it. What you saltines ain't gonna do is try to come here and be like, I didn't affect him. Stop it. Because that shows that y'all ain't real hip hop fans.
You gotta look at Eminem's life. Eminem's been sheltered his whole life with security. So Eminem probably got mad anxiety. He probably can't even be by himself and walk through a mall. You know what I'm saying? You can catch me at the most craziest gas station in any hood in America. He'd be like, that you, Zino? Somebody, yo, let me get that picture. Yeah.
Bro, let me tell you, his fans like him because he's white. They don't fuck with us. Let me try to make
fuck Eminem. I dusted Eminem. Rap Elvis, bitch. Yeah.
Okay.
Y'all, it's 2025, and Benzino is still out here trying to bait Eminem to respond. Meanwhile, Eminem hasn't said a single word about Benzino since Doomsday Part 2 dropped. So this time, Zino is claiming M used him for clout, built his street cred off their early 2000s beef, and then tossed him aside. According to Benzino, he's the reason Eminem was ever considered controversial, raw, or real. And look, the beef definitely used to make headlines back in the day. But let's be real, M made The Sauce and Nail in the Coffin, then went on to drop 8 Mile, win an Oscar, and basically ran the 2000s. Meanwhile, Benzino lost the source, lost the culture, and somehow still thinks he's the main character. And while Eminem remains unbothered by Zino's barking, someone else chimed in. And you can probably guess who I'm talking about. That's right, Eminem's ride or die 50 Cent. 50 pulled up on Instagram to troll Benzino, and now these two are going back and forth, while M is probably somewhere writing lyrics and laughing to himself. So let's get into exactly what Benzino said, how 50 made it go viral again, and why Eminem's silence speaks louder than any diss track.
Fucking with my blood, about to rip shit, crip shit. I'm with 60 niggas on my nip shit.
Okay, so in case you missed it, Benzino's got a new freestyle out, and now the whole internet is flaming him and saying this has to be the hottest song in the senior citizen community ever. And you already know Curtis Jackson didn't hold back when reviewing Zino's new track. 50 posted the clip on his X account and wrote in the caption, "Yo, this is the worst ish I heard this year. The F wrong with him? He's 60 years old, bro. Nah, this ain't it." And of course, Benzino took that bait and immediately clapped back at 50. Benzino took a swipe at 50's baby mama Daphne over her involvement with Diddy, and then he challenged 50 to a boxing match.
Curtis posted it, right? And I'm like, this nigga really fuck with Zino, huh? I mean, what you should be doing, Kurt, is explaining to little Bruce Leroy while Sleeves and Diddy and a bunch of niggas was slutting a rap. I think you're gonna have to owe him an explanation when he gets older. Don't act like we ain't see you on the beach with your Bugs Bunny plate with the camera taking pictures. Yeah, you was in your feelings, huh? Nah, Curtis, it's not a good look. But I tell you what, though, the boxing challenge still there, Curtis, for the celebrity. I'm down to make a couple of M's. I'll go 3 rounds with your goofy ass. That's number 1.
But if you're wondering why 50 even bothers clowning Benzino in the first place, it all goes back to loyalty. One thing about 50, he's gonna ride for his people until the wheels fall off. And Eminem is at the top of that list. After all, M was the one who took a chance on 50 when nobody in the industry would touch him. So when Benzino came for M in the early 2000s, that made him a lifetime enemy in 50's book. And just recently, Benzino tried to reignite the feud again, calling Eminem sheltered and saying M won't leave the house without security. Meanwhile, he claimed he can go anywhere solo with no issue.
You gotta look at Eminem's life. Eminem's been sheltered his whole life with security. So Eminem probably got mad anxiety. He probably can't even be by himself and walk through a mall. Of course, I'm sure he would get mobbed, but just feeling safe. Like his whole life he's been.
This is in Boston or something like that. How did everybody feel about that?
Nobody paid attention to that.
Right.
Eminem did not grow up gangster, and Eminem knows that. Eminem.
Now, Benzino is right. Eminem didn't grow up gangster, but Eminem never said he grew up gangster. So Zino isn't even making any sense. And you know what's wild? Benzino is now taking shots at M again, but just last year on Drink Champs, he was literally crying while talking about Eminem. And he actually begged M to meet him face to face and squash the beef.
Got nothing against Eminem. Got nothing against Eminem. Eminem can rap, but I care about us more. I don't want to go through, I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want, for 22 years, every time I do an interview, they ask me about Eminem.
The fuck you want me to do? Come on, man. My daughter came into the industry figuring that, hey, I gotta be cool with Eminem because everybody's against my dad. You think this shit is fucking cool? Nah, man. We're failing as a people. I don't hate Eminem. I don't know him to hate him. I don't hate white people. Tired of this shit, man. It's just too much. I don't want to be the bad guy. I got an 8-year-old son that I dropped off at school this morning. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm all right. I don't want my DMs filled with... I've had 9 pages knocked down, 1 million. White people think I love all people. Come on, man. All me and Eminem got to do is sit down and talk with each other. Let's sit down and talk. Let's battle. Let's do whatever. But let's at least face to face meet each other.
If that was to happen, would you give him a 5?
Fuck it, man. I'd hug him.
But fast forward to now, and Benzino is back on his BS, trolling both M and 50. Now, to give you some context on how this beef started, it all goes back to 2002 when M dropped his 4th studio album, The Eminem Show. The Source magazine rated the album 4 mics out of 5, but M thought it deserved the perfect score. So he started dissing the Source and its co-founder, Benzino. And apparently, Eminem was convinced that the only reason Benzino wouldn't give him 5 mics was because he's white. And that's when the back and forth started. Zino started calling M a culture vulture and the 2003 Vanilla Ice. And then on his diss track, Pull Up Your Skirt, Benzino claimed M's race is the only reason he's as big as he is. Zino rapped, 5 shades darker, you'd be cannabis, and no one would care about your complicated rhyme style. What you know about pumping on the block till you freeze? What you know about cutting up rocks stuck in detectives? What you know about facing a grand jury indictment? As far as I'm concerned, you're just industry excitement. Now, Benzino later tried to backtrack a little, and he told MTV that he didn't have an issue with Eminem personally, but with the machine and the double standard in hip-hop. Zino said, certain media outlets take to Eminem and look at him as the savior in hip-hop and the #1 in hip-hop and do not recognize the guys out here that created hip-hop. Eminem is just the hood ornament for the machine. You think I could grab my crotch and put my ass in people's faces the way he does? No way. But as long as the color of his skin and his eyes fits what America wants, it's all right. By the way, on Pull Up Your Skirt, Benzino also claimed Eminem ran to his manager and asked him to handle the beef for him. But then M clapped back with not 1, but 4 diss tracks and denied asking his team to squash the beef. Meanwhile, Zino dropped another track called Die Another Day, and he included a recording of a phone call between himself and M's manager, Paul Rosenberg.
Paul Rosenberg or Rosenthal? Who's calling? It's Benzino. Hello? Yeah, who's this? Paul. Yeah, Paul's Benzino. How you doing, man? I'm not doing too good. I mean, you know, Steve told me that you want to talk to me, so I'm calling back. Yeah, I spoke to... He sounds like a little whiny little bitch that you know what I'm saying, that stays behind security and stays in the studio and blocked away from society that he can say whatever he wants. You see, I'm not that fucking dude, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that dude, man, about Boston niggas extorting Dave and everything. What type of shit is that? The real extortion is him extorting hip-hop from fucking dumb streets. That's the real extortion here. You knew what he was gonna do. You knew the songs. You knew what he said about me. You knew these conversations he had with Fat Chuck. You knew all this shit. No. You should have these peaceful conversations with him. Listen, the only thing that I knew, that if you can't turn this into a thing against me, you and I don't have a problem. Oh, I don't. This isn't. You're a part. Listen, you manage Elvis. You're a part of him. You're a part of him. You're just as much of a part of him. You run Shady Records. You're a part of him. You're a part of that movement. Don't you think it's out of hand already? Well, you know what? I didn't want it to happen in the first place. I spoke to Dave after I heard about the first record, and I was like, Dave, what's up? Why, where's this coming from? And he was like, he's got some things he wanted to get off his chest. And, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, is the call, like, what's the call for? Like, I mean, he's already dropped his record. Like, you guys made your move, so what is really the call for? Oh, I just wanted to see if there's any way that, we can make peace of the situation. I don't want it to get out of hand.
But Benzino didn't stop there. He took it a step further and mentioned Eminem's daughter, Haley. And he didn't just mention her, he openly threatened her, implying that she would suffer the same fate as JonBenet Ramsey, an American beauty queen who was tragically unalived at the age of 6. On his track Die Another Day, Benzino rapped, "Tell Haley it ain't safe no more. Daddy better watch your back at the candy store. You effed up. Resort to plan B. F around and she end up like JonBenet Ramsey." And then Benzino doubled down and claimed he was just giving M a taste of his own medicine because M first mentioned Benzino's son, Ray Ray, on his track, The Sauce, where he raps, "Here's a poster of Ray Ray and his dad. You want to talk about some ish you don't know about, yeah? Let's talk about how you're putting your own son out there to try to eat off him because you missed your boat." And while it's true that Eminem brought up Benzino's kid first, M wasn't threatening Ray Ray. He was shaming Benzino as a father and accusing him of trying to gain clout by putting his son on songs with him. Like that time Zino dropped Shine Like My Son featuring 7-year-old Ray Ray. Meanwhile, Benzino was out here literally threatening Haley's life when she was just 7 years old. But Benzino refused to back down. And in another interview with MTV, he claimed it was his duty to call out and expose the double standard between white and black rappers. Eminem gets to do songs we would never get to do, Zino said. Eminem gets to talk about his issues and his pain. Killing his mother, beating his girl, drugs. We have to rock the party in order to get spins and burn on the radio. We have to entertain more than expose our true issues. When black and Latino people tried to give our pain on there, we couldn't get burned. The machine doesn't want our pain to be out there. Now, Benzino did apologize for saying those things about Haley, and he told Global Grind TV in 2012 the Eminem thing started getting uglier and uglier. And of course, I can take responsibility for some of the stuff I said, as far as directly towards his family. Really personal shots. It was out of order. But see, Benzino just couldn't let it go. In 2018, he reignited the beef again by calling M's album Revival trash and dissing M's fans. Zino wrote, "Can somebody tell these weirdo M fans that in this culture of hip-hop, they are the subculture?" Meaning, nobody gives a flying F about anything they have to say when it comes to him right now. The album is trash, so take the L and move on. Now jump to February 2021, and Zino publicly challenged Eminem and Royce da 5'9" to a boxing match. He said, "I would step in the ring with any of them. I'm in great shape and I would love to. I've started training boxing. I would like to step in on the ring with Royce or Eminem." And once again, Eminem ignored him. So next year, Benzino tried again. In February 2022, he took another shot at Eminem by claiming no one in his hood ever listened to M's music. And then when one social media user challenged Benzino to say all that to Eminem's face, Zino fired back, tagging M and writing, "I'll say it to his face, but he's a scared coward P-word, like his fan base." Zino then shared a few more since deleted posts, dragging M's fans, and even sharing his address and taunting them to pull up. He wrote, "To all you P-ass stans, we all know y'all are the most corniest nonviolent coward fan base hip-hop has ever seen. I have a restaurant in Atlanta, 5071 Peachtree Industrial Boulevard, Chamblee, Georgia. Stop tweeting and pull up on me, you P-word." And in a follow-up post, he added, "I've been left this ish alone, but since the coward-ass stans still want to talk ish and hide, then it's still F Eminem. And if you got a problem with me, do something about it. Nothing you ever said has affected me in any way. I know how to fight, and I still got big sticks, so pull up." So after this meltdown, Eminem again said nothing. But fast forward to 2024, and he finally gave Benzino the response he was desperate for. M responded on the track Doomsday Part 2, and he took shots at both Benzino and his daughter Coi Leray. And that track marked the first time in many years that M addressed Benzino directly. On Doomsday 2, M raps, "What is the opposite of Benzino? A giraffe. Go at his neck. How the F that? How can I go at something he doesn't have?" Eminem also called out Benzino's financial struggles and questioned his sexuality, referencing rumors that Benzino is on the DL because he was spotted with a male companion getting escorted by police from Red Roof Inn.
"I'm in the shower. What the fuck does he want me to do, man?"
All right,
That's
sir.
crazy, man. So we're leaving.
Is there anything else in this room?
There's somebody else in the shower. You want to go talk to him?
Okay. Now, Baron, if we was white, it never would have happened. We know this. If we was white, would have you knocked on the door like that? I need that. If we was white, you wouldn't be doing this. If we was white, you can best believe none of this would be happening. This wouldn't be happening at all. If we was a white couple, John and Bill Summerfield, this would not be happening. If we was a white couple, John and Bill. We all know what they think of us, no matter what we're wearing, no matter who's our partner. So, John and Bill.
And then Eminem also took a shot at Benzino's daughter, Coyle Ray, rapping, "Guess that Coyle Ray feats in the toilet, eh?" So after that, Benzino fired back with not one, but 2 diss tracks, Vulturious and Rap Elvis. And despite going in on Eminem, M hasn't released any new public statement, tracks, or verses responding to Benzino. And it looks like that's the part that bothers Zino the most. He fully expected M would continue with the back and forth, but M said what he had to say and dipped. So now Benzino was out here beefing with 50 Cent instead. Well, let me know where you stand when it comes to this beef. Does Benzino have a point about M being a culture vulture, or do you think he's just mad because he can't outright M? Drop your comments below, and I'll catch you in the next video.